The moment I stopped trying to close deals, I started closing more of them. In this video, I'll show you the natural approach that changed everything about how I sell. Hi, I'm Rode. I've spent the last decade in sales, closing over $10 million in deals, and I've trained hundreds of sales professionals. And today, I want to share something that changed my perspective on sales conversations. Think about your last few sales conversations. How many of them felt forced? How many times did you catch yourself thinking more about closing the deal instead of actually hearing what your prospect was saying? How many times have you left a conversation feeling like neither you nor your prospect were completely honest with each other? Here's what happens oftentimes during sales conversations. We walk into meetings with our minds already set on closing the deal. Now, our prospects, they pick up on this agenda immediately and their guard goes up. Now, instead of having a real conversation, we're both playing roles. The eager salesperson on one side and the cautious prospect on the other. We ask our questions, but we're not really listening to understand. We're listening for trigger words that let us talk about our solution. Now, our prospects sense this too. So they give us surface level answers, holding back their real challenges and concerns. It's a bit like a first date where someone's already planning the wedding. That pressure makes any genuine connection nearly impossible. And the result? We end up with a lot of think it over responses, ghosted follow-ups, and missed opportunities, not because our solution isn't valuable, but because we never created the space for a real conversation. Now, through my personal experience, what I've noticed is that sales conversations typically flow toward one of three outcomes. And understanding this has helped me let go of that pressure to sell and focus instead on having an honest conversation about whether I can actually help to begin with. So what I found interesting is that when I approach conversations this way, prospects tend to open up more. The whole dynamic shifts, and often I end up closing more deals, even though I'm thinking less about closing. Now, here are the three natural directions that I've seen conversations flow. First, the prospect has no need. They simply don't have the problem we solve, and that's perfectly fine. Both parties can move forward clearly, and it keeps the door open for future collaboration should the need arise in the future. Then we have the prospect that has the need, but has no desire, meaning their problem exists, but they're not ready to solve it. They're comfortable with their current situation and have no true desire to change it. Fair enough. Then we have the third outcome I typically see is when they have the need and the desire, meaning they know the problem exists and they want to solve it. They're ready to explore change and are prepared to take action should a solution fit their criteria. Now, here's what I've seen to help these conversations flow naturally. Number one, your perspective. I recommend removing any self-imposed pressure by focusing on discovery rather than selling. Stay genuinely curious about the prospect situation and be comfortable with any outcome. Now, let's talk about the conversation flow. Ask questions that you're truly curious about. Listen to understand, not to respond. Let the discussion unfold naturally while staying present in the moment. This allows the discussion to unfold naturally towards a natural conclusion. Think of it like a good doctor's approach with patients. Now, I said good doctor. They're not trying to sell you a procedure. They're trying to understand if they can actually help. Sometimes you're healthy. Sometimes you need treatment but aren't ready. And sometimes you're ready to truly address the issue. All of these are valid outcomes. What I found is that when we approach conversations this way, they stop feeling like sales conversations altogether. Instead, they become professional discussions focused on genuine discovery and mutual benefit. Now, Let me know in the comments what's your go-to move for making these sales conversations feel more natural. And if you'd like to explore more approaches to sales conversations, join us in the Sales Cafe community where we break down these concepts in detail. The link will be in the description. And again, this is Rode, the Black Sales Guy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.